One thing that stuck to my mind, and one thing that I wanted to ask you actually, is the European GOAT conversation. Those legends behind that table, behind Dwayne Wade's table, they kind of agreed that Dirk Nowitzki is a European GOAT.
I see Luka every day, the stuff he does, and he'll be in the conversation for a long, long time. What Giannis is
Luka
doing.
is no Dirk. No, sorry.
Really?
No.
He's well on his way. He's well on his way. He's well on his way.
He's well on his way.
He's well on his way.
And I would say I agree with it. He won the championship with Dallas Mavericks. I wouldn't call them, powerhouses. I wouldn't call them the big market team that was supposed to win. He did there. He made his teammates better. He went through a lot of ups and downs, to achieve this great achievement. But I just thought, and I remember that Tony brought Pau Gasol into the GOATs conversation, saying that there's like Gasol's case is debatable. So, but I would say that Dirk is number one and Pau Gasol is number two. But to be honest, I was just thinking about those guys. We have jersey of some of them. There's Giannis Antetokounmpo winning the first NBA title. There's Nikola Jokic winning his first NBA title. They both play for small market teams. They both made those small market teams relevant, I would say. They both won the NBA as the franchise players, different from Pau Gasol's case, right? Because it was Kobe's team. Gasol was amazing number two, but he was not number one as Giannis Antetokounmpo and Nikola Jokic were. So I would put them in the same tier list with Dirk Nowitzki, just due to Dirk's longevity. He's the sixth all-time NBA scorer, played 20 plus seasons in one team, a lot of great things, great personality. I still give an advantage to Dirk, but I already putting Nikola Jokic and Giannis Antetokounmpo at the same tier list. And my question was, what do you think, what else do they have to do in order to be considered European GOATs?
I think Dirk is still number one, just because for how many years he played, how many points he scored, how many great seasons he had. Longevity is often overlooked, I think. And we can see this with LeBron James nowadays. He's playing at this age. He's like the only guy that can still play at this level. All the other guys at the age that LeBron is right now in the league are doing way worse. And he's doing that in 20 plus seasons. So I think longevity is overlooked, and that's why I think Dirk is still the GOAT. But what I do believe super strongly is that somebody is overtaking him. And that somebody is, I think, like Nikola Jokic is going to end up as a European GOAT player ever after he finishes his career. But, he's still young, let's say, in comparison to how long Dirk played. And, him and Giannis and Luka still have things to prove in the NBA. Okay, they have a title, except Luka. But those two guys, Giannis and Jokic, I think needs a couple of more years, to their career. Once they finish their careers, I think they're going to be considered number one and number two over Dirk, just because they have been MVP candidates in every season, basically, for the last 4 or 5 years, and they're going to continue doing so. So who knows if they're not going to win more titles? And, just looking at Nikola Jokic's stats and advanced statistics, the eye test, we all see that. The passes, the gravity he attracts on the court, how the defenses try to guard him, they're trying everything. But he's doing passes that nobody has seen ever before. But the advanced statistics on top of that say that he's like has the biggest impact that a player has ever had on the court. So after 8-9 years, whatever, when Jokic finishes his career, I think he's going to be the number one. That's for sure.